Today I'm going to be giving you guys an update on the Heidi Broussard case. If you guys don't know, Heidi Broussard went missing back in December, and her body was found in the trunk of her best friend's car, and her best friend had her baby inside of her home pretending like her baby was her own. Before I get into this video, I do want to let you guys know that this video is only to report on very public news. The things that I will talk about today you can find on the internet anywhere. Please remember to be kind to everybody everywhere. Please remember to be kind to everybody in your everyday life, in your home, in the grocery store, and especially in the comment section down below. Please do not show hate to anybody, anywhere. Good morning, my lovelies, my beauties, my friends. My name is Christina and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around, take a chance on hearing some things that I have to say. And if you are a returning subscriber, y'all already know, y'all are my babies. So good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everybody doing today? I hope you all are having an amazing day. So today I wanted to give you guys an update on everything that has come out since I spoke with you guys last about the Heidi Broussard case. I am completely invested in this. I am shocked. If you guys have not watched my other videos, I will leave them linked down in the description box that has to do with Heidi. You should probably watch if you are not all caught up. Heidi was a young mom in her early 30s who went missing on December 12th. She and her 3-week-old little baby girl went missing. She got up that morning with her fiance, living in the same apartment together. She got her oldest son, Silas, who was 6 years old, ready for school, took him to school. And then from there, she disappeared, basically. I mean, there were some phone calls in between, but that's neither here nor there. She disappeared and she was gone for about a week before they found her in the trunk dead of her best friend's car, and her best friend was in the home with the baby pretending like the baby was her own. Now the woman that was the best friend name is Fieramusca. Her last name is really hard to pronounce, so I'm just going to call her Megan, and she is in jail right now on 2 counts of kidnapping and 1 count of tampering with a corpse. She has not been charged with murder as of yet, but we're going to get into that. So let me give you guys a few updates. Since then, Heidi's fiance, who is also the father of both children, Silas and the little baby girl, 3 weeks, she's probably about 5 or 6 weeks old now, baby girl Margot, now has both children. And unfortunately, like we've said, Heidi is no longer with us. But he has done an interview recently, and these are some of the things that he said. Shane, he gave an interview with ABC News, and he said he did not understand what happened. He said that Heidi was the best mom, the best person you could ever meet. Her laugh and her smile was so contagious. And he said that Heidi loved Megan. You know, Megan was the best friend. Heidi loved her to death. I mean, Megan was in the delivery room when she delivered her baby. Okay, that's how close they were. Shane said he went over this 1,000 times in his head. Like, how could this happen? Like, Shane knew Megan himself. I mean, they had a key to their apartment. Like, this was like her best friend. This is not just a friend that she went to school with. This is not just a Facebook friend. This is somebody that she was like this with. Megan was in the room while she gave birth to both of the children. He said he would have never in a million years suspected that Megan had done this. It never even crossed his mind that she had anything to do with this. He did say, though, like, now hindsight is 20/20. And you guys, I'm telling you what, I've been through some things with people that I could tell you guys that would make your head spin when I tell you. Now, my situation, you know, my life is still here on this earth, thank you God. But I have been in a situation with people and or a person that I loved. I'd have done anything for this person, right? And the person was plotting against me the whole time to try to hurt me. And it's just crazy. And he said that as soon as Heidi said that she was pregnant, Megan said she was pregnant, like immediately. They were even talking about having the same birth date of their babies. So the whole entire time, allegedly, from what I can figure out my own opinion, it has not come out in court yet. She is still innocent until proven guilty. But she was plotting against her this whole time. She was plotting against her best friend. She wanted her life. She wanted her family. She wanted her baby. And Heidi was just blind to it. Heidi just loved her best friend. That's it. She loved her. She let her in on everything, you know, let her in her home, let her in on her secrets, let her in on deep conversations, let her be in the room while she had the baby, which is a very intimate moment. And the whole time, Megan was plotting against her to take what she had. This is nuts, you guys. Crazy. Now we're going to talk about some of the things that was released in the affidavit. Now the whole case has been sealed, but for some reason recently they released like 18 or 19 pages of the arrest report in the affidavit. So we're going to go over some of the things that was in that. Megan Fieramusca, born January 13th, 1986, on or about December 12th of 2019 in Austin, Texas, she committed the offense of tampering with a corpse, second-degree felony, and the new things that we have found out is it was confirmed that all the essentials needed for the baby were left at home. Heidi's wallet and personal items, including cash, credit cards, debit cards, and ID, were still in the wallet. The only thing missing was Heidi's phone and keys. She did not even take a car seat, a baby seat, or anything. And according to the affidavit, what happened was, see, the cops kind of had Megan on their radar ever since when they went to the apartment complex. When the FBI, the cops, whoever all it was, went to the apartment complex, they were looking around, they were talking to people. Did they see anything suspicious going on in the parking lot? And people were saying that they saw a car that they described seemed to fit the description of Megan Fieramusca's car was in the parking lot on December 12th, okay? Although supposedly on December 12th, Megan was delivering her baby. Okay, because that's when she said she delivered her baby, was on December 12th. But really, conveniently, that's the same day that her best friend Heidi went missing. Well, they went to one of the neighbors' houses, and the neighbor has one of those like ring cams or an outside camera, and they pulled up the footage. And on the footage, they saw her vehicle going back towards the back of the apartment complex where Heidi lived at. Well, one of the other people that lived in the apartment complex, all these people are like unknown names to keep them, you know, protected, said that she saw she saw a woman coming out holding the baby, jumped into the vehicle, and it looked like Megan Fieramusca was in the passenger seat. Okay, she said it looked like somebody else was driving and she was in the passenger seat, and then Heidi came in with the baby, and they left before Heidi would even have time to put the baby in an actual, you know, car seat. So that's very suspicious. Was there a third person involved? Is there a third person out there that was driving that maybe had no idea this was going to happen? What did Megan say to her best friend Heidi that was so important that Heidi left without calling her fiance and said, hey, I'm going with Megan for a minute, or without taking anything with her, without taking a diaper bag, or without putting her baby in a car seat? It had to be an emergency. And if I'm just speculating, this is all speculation, I could just imagine maybe Megan told her something like, I just delivered my baby and she's sick and you need to come and see her real quick before. Like, what could she have said to her? Because anybody that has a newborn baby, and then, you know, this is not Heidi's first child. If it was Heidi's first child, then you might think, okay, maybe she would leave the diaper bag because she doesn't know that she needs to take the diaper bag with her everywhere. But she didn't take anything. All she took was her cell phone, her keys, and her baby. And so for her to go and get in that vehicle willingly, Megan had to have told her something very, very important. Only an hour after Heidi gave birth, Megan left the hospital. At that time, Megan was telling them that she was like 37 weeks pregnant or something like that. And it's kind of bizarre because in the affidavit, they said that immediately whenever Heidi had the baby, of course, she got the baby first, right? She got her precious baby girl first, held her baby, and then Shane held the baby. Then they passed the baby to the grandpa, okay? So now the grandpa's holding the baby. And in the affidavit, it said that he did not have the baby for but a few seconds before Megan was like, can I hold the baby? Can I hold the baby real quick? I've got to go. And he was kind of taken back because he's like, my very first interaction with my granddaughter is being interrupted by Heidi's friend, but she was so eager and desperate to hold the baby right then and there. That's a little bizarre. On December 18th, authorities searched Megan's Google records and found that she had searched for reasons for an Amber Alert on December 12th around 10:30 p.m., the day that Heidi went missing. Okay, so she was searching how to have an Amber Alert or why reasons for an Amber Alert on the same day that Heidi went missing. At 10:42 p.m., she searched for Amber Alert issued in Austin. Between November 11th, 2019 and December 18th, 2019, searches performed by Megan showed that Heidi Broussard was searched at least 162 times. So Megan searched Heidi Broussard in Google 162 times. She was trying to keep up what was going on, what investigators thought, where they're at, where their leads were, whatever. And that's just the thing, because the police had this case so sealed tight, none of us pretty much knew what they thought. I mean, people were blaming all kinds of people, blaming Shane, blaming everybody. They kept it tight. So while she's sitting here Googling and she's on the phone with that investigator, remember I told you guys about that in the other video, spending an hour talking to him, she's got her best friend in the trunk of her car. Isn't that cool? Wow. On December 14th, Megan searched for bodies found in Austin, Texas. Now that's a bizarre one. I wonder why she would search bodies found in Austin, Texas, unless she was trying to see, you know, how they find bodies and maybe what she should do with them. You know what I mean? Because obviously she knew they didn't find Heidi's body because she had her body in the trunk of her car. So what would be her motive unless it was to try to figure out a place to put this body and not put it in the typical places that were already found? Megan deactivated her Facebook account on December 17th. Why would she deactivate her Facebook account? Unless she didn't want, you know, people to say, why aren't you posting pictures of your baby? Well, she's not posting pictures of her baby because it's not her baby. Although she's telling other people she just had a baby. The FBI Behavioral Unit analyzed Megan's behaviors related to Heidi's disappearance and advised the situations and scenarios described are indicative of a female perpetrator of child abduction. Location data from Megan's phone showed the device was in the area of Shane and Heidi's apartment on December 12th, the day that Heidi and Margot disappeared. And that's something I think people forget, like your phone pings on those cell phone towers. So while Megan is telling the police and stuff like that, that she's not in Austin, Texas, they got her pinged there at their apartment complex. On December 19th, the FBI and the Texas Department of Public Safety were conducting surveillance of Megan's home. They used a helicopter for aerial observation. The helicopter observed a car parked in the backyard that looked like they were attempting to conceal the vehicle from public view. Now in this affidavit, they talk about Chris Green. Now what happened was Chris Green is the live-in boyfriend of Megan Fieramusca. Now Megan lived with Chris. Now supposedly, allegedly, Megan and Chris were having problems and they were breaking up or splitting up right around the time that Megan got pregnant, okay? So the cops have been watching both of them. Well, they were observing the home, like I said, helicopter watching and all of that, and they saw Chris Green leave the house, Megan's boyfriend, the house where Megan is. They ran into him at the store and they talked to him. And they asked him what he was doing. And he said he was buying baby formula or whatever for his new baby. They told him about the missing baby and about Heidi and all that. And then they showed him a picture of Heidi's baby, Margot. And Chris said, that's the baby at my house. So they knew right then and there that Megan was inside with that baby. And they said Chris completely cooperated with them. They helped him. He was honest. He did everything he could. And so he is not a suspect as of now in this case. He went home and thought that this was his baby. And what supposedly happened was he walked in and Megan was there because he goes out of town. He travels. He does all this stuff. He walks in the house and Megan has the baby on the bed and she goes, don't be mad. Please don't be mad. Don't be mad. And he was like, well, what are you talking about? And she was like, oh, I had the baby on December 12th and, you know, I didn't tell you or whatever. I'm thinking she said, don't be mad because she thought that maybe he would recognize the baby, but he didn't. So now here comes this man, you guys. He comes into his home, thinks his girlfriend or his on and off girlfriend or somebody that he split up with or whatever has just delivered his baby. He's holding this baby. He's connecting with this baby. He's feeling like he loves this baby. This is his child, right? He's running off to get formulas and diapers and planning this baby's life, his new baby girl. And then he runs into the police in the store and he finds out that's not his baby. That is not his baby. And then he finds out later that the mother of the baby is in the trunk of the car in his driveway. You guys, this is crazy. Crazy. Chris told investigators that he had been in a relationship with Megan since 2016, but they broke up in March and that she still lived there. Chris said that in the spring of 2019, Megan was pregnant. He noticed that her stomach grew during the year and it felt like it was hard. He said he never saw her bare stomach though during the pregnancy. Now, y'all, I can poke my belly out hard, you know, if I need to. And I've even played with Jaden before and kind of, you know, do like that and, you know, pretend like if, oh, there's a baby in there. We still don't know. There is no records as of now that shows that Megan was ever pregnant. She may have been. If it is, she's going to need to come up with some sort of documentation that she was pregnant or that she had a baby or something. Because as of right now, we're not seeing any. So she literally played this on for months and months and months and plotted this against her best friend. Dude, people, whew. The FBI agents went to Megan's house and they saw her walk outside and she had a phone in one hand and the baby monitor in the other, and they approached her. Texas Ranger spoke with Megan, who said that on December 12th, she left to go to the beach with her cousin, and when Chris saw her again on Friday, December 13th, Megan told him, "Don't be mad," and Chris asked why would he be mad, and Megan told him there was a baby on the bed, and that she went into labor and delivered without telling Chris. Megan told the Texas Ranger that she went into labor on December 12th and went to a birthing center in the Woodlands, but she could not remember the name of the birthing center. She said the only people there were herself and the employees of the center. Megan told the ranger that she brought the baby home the same day. Shane told authorities that Margot had jaundice when released from the hospital. Untreated jaundice can cause a type of brain damage. Chris was purchasing formula, which Shane said was a necessary treat for jaundice. Due to the fact that the baby could have brain damage if left untreated, members of the Texas DPS did a welfare check at Megan's home. They located Margot inside the home. The Texas Ranger approached Megan's vehicle and recognized the unmistakable odor of decomposing flesh. A search warrant was obtained for the car, and they located Heidi in a duffel bag in the trunk. She put her best friend in a duffel bag, y'all, in the trunk of her car. How could you do that? You guys. The only affidavit that has been released is the tampering of a corpse affidavit. The kidnapping affidavit has not been released yet. That is still sealed. But I'll be here for you guys when it does come out. Now, Margot's grandfather, the little baby's grandfather, told the investigators that he was suspicious of Megan from the get-go. He was the only one that was suspicious of her. So this is where we're at. She is in jail. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and PTSD in her early 20s. She denied any past or current self-harm. There is no indication that she has a neurodevelopment disorder, no indication that she has neurocognitive disorder. She reported being a victim of assault. She does not appear to be like, you know, wanting to take her own life or anything like that. She seems aware, alert, and, you know, well-oriented. So there you go. As of now, she has been, well, in her early 20s, she was diagnosed with PTSD and bipolar disorder, which neither one of those would make sense for what she's done. Now, I've heard that they have phone call recordings of her talking to her mom from the jail. This is all speculation. I don't know for sure. She was talking to her mom from the jail saying, "They've got it all wrong. That's my baby. That's my baby." So I don't know what's going on, you guys, but there is the update on it. I will be following along with this, you guys, like glued to it. So let me know if you guys have heard anything more than what I know. I hope that you guys liked this update video. I know it's not the best subject and it's not fun to talk about, but I hope that you guys still enjoyed it. Please, as always, do not forget to like this video. It's a free way that you can help your girl out. And until next time, I love you guys so very much. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
We are dreaming.